everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to Tip Tuesday. I'm Michelle Thomas. It's good to see you. So, this week we are talking all about how you can push past your limits, right? So, very often, as we approach a goal, we end up getting a little complacent or we will hit a plateau. And I'm here to help you sort of figure out some ways that you can push through and expand into even places that maybe you didn't think that you were able to go. So the first things, it's really important. How are you talking to yourself when it comes to self-talk, right? And if you're using words like they, chances are that's not really your voice, right? You're perceiving how someone else might do something. You're catastrophizing things. You're putting words in someone's mouth. So stop doing that, right? You need to trust and believe in the fact that you can do anything that your mind is set to, right? Your mind is extremely powerful. So you need to make sure that you are talking to yourself in a positive and kind manner. So make sure that that's kind of like key to start first. Like step one, make sure that you have good self-talk, right? The next step is a lot of times we lose motivation to achieve something when we don't know why we're doing it, right? Like, what is it about this goal that you want to achieve? Like, why is it important to you? Dig into the why, right? That is what's going to make you passionate about achieving it. So if you don't understand why you're doing it in the first place, you need to figure that out. Because if it's not really that important to you, you're probably not going to achieve it. Going to be very honest, right? If it's not important to you, you're not going to have the motivation to do something about it. Okay. Next up is you need to push past your comfort zone, right? You need to be able to, your ego is there to keep you safe, right? Your body is here to keep you safe, right? Our natural instincts, right, are to, all right, are we safe? Are we cared for? That is an innate response, right? So you have to, and it takes some mental challenge to do that, right? Is to push past your comfort zone. You need to get out of your everyday routine, getting out of Groundhog's Day. You need to push past that into the place where you feel uncomfortable. That is where growth happens. That so if you, let's say you're working on lifting weights, right? If you lift the same weight over and over and over again, you never make it higher, you're never going to get stronger, right? You will, and then you'll hit a plateau and that's it. So you have to move past your comfort zone. You have to put it a little bit higher up, right? You need to change from 10 to 12 to 15 to 20 pounds in order to strengthen. So the same goes for any goals. You have to kind of push past what your perceived comfort zone is. It also creates new neural pathways when you do that too. So it's super important. The other thing is, if you guys know, I talk about this all the time when it comes to intentions and setting goals, is breaking it down into bite-sized pieces. Break it down into easily digestible pieces that you can achieve, right? Because when we think of a really big, bold dream, our ego starts to freak the heck out. So if you can set that intention, create the goal, and then break it down into smaller pieces that you can get up and achieve, that will take that fight or flight response out of your ego, where they're like, oh yeah, I can get up and go do this. This is not hard, right? But then and as you approach that goal, I also recommend that when you're like 10% from achieving that goal, add 10% to it, right? Because that keeps you from hitting a plateau, from getting a little bit complacent, and it forces you to push for that higher number, and then you end up achieving the goal that you originally had. So I also you keep pushing yourself, right? When you approach a goal, create it, add 10%, and keep moving up in that way, so that you don't plateau and you don't kind of level out in a way that you're kind of like, oh, and I didn't achieve it. Because your brain does some funny things when you start to approach hitting a goal. So I just have my notes, so that's why I'm looking down. Don't forget to ask for help, right? Get your friends, your family involved. Like, tell them what your plans are. It not only helps when people can help you, right? It helps you to have accountability. As well as like cheerleaders, people who can support you in a lot of different ways. So don't forget to share what these things are that you're trying to work on. Because again, when you ask for help, when you reach out, people can help you. Not only that, but it also helps to sort of inside you have some accountability. And you can create a community as well that maybe you didn't even know that you wanted or could have. Not only that, but embody the dream now. I say this all the time. embody the person that you want to become. Now, what do they eat? What do they drink? What do they do when they get out of bed in the morning, right? Embodying it now helps you to achieve it as well. It works. It's the mind over matter, as well as it's the fake it till you make it a little bit, right? So embodying your dreams in the now helps you achieve them much faster. It helps them to manifest a lot faster, and helps you to push past maybe some of the limits that maybe you again think that you can't achieve something because of XYZ, whatever that might be. Learn from your mistakes, your losses, and your perceived failures. Here's the thing, right? When we can look and see, oh, that was the mistake that I made. I see what I did wrong here. That introspection, that looking upon and seeing it as a growth opportunity, and how can I do it different next time, right? That is key to growth. Your brain learn, like it's a machine, right? It's machine learning. So when you again make a mistake, or you perceive something as a failure, and then you go, oh, I see what I did here, and then you do, right, you do something different the next time. It's a learning process. So take a moment and really learn from those perceived mistakes or losses or failures, if you will. And then make sure that you are taking good care of yourself. Self-care is essential all the time, but especially when you're working towards achieving something and pushing past your limits, you need to make sure that you have space mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, in order to rest, to take care of yourself, that you're mentally like figuring out, like, am I overly stressed? Am I overthinking things? Like whatever it is, making sure that you're just having some space to really care for yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. So those are kind of some easy tips that I have for you to be able to push past your limits, right? Because again, your ego is here to try and keep you safe. It likes to keep you in your cat box. You repeat Groundhog's Day, you get up, repeat, rinse and repeat. And so in order to like move past that and to grow and learn and expand, there's some easy tips in there for you. So let me know, what's your favorite way of going past what your perceived limits are? And so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time on Transformation Tuesday. I'm Michelle Thomas.